And we are live. What is up, people? The internet, that is me, a real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful, what is it? June 25th, 2026. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a great day myself, and we're joined by Mr. Real Texas Politics, and yay.
What?
Yeah. How about you?
Me?
Yes. You just, who do you think we're talking about?
:3.
Wow.
We have two Texans and a Yankee. How about that?
Yeah. So we had a pretty eventful day at the Supreme Court, and I thought, you know what, we got to talk about this. This was a huge, not just one victory. I think there were 3 decisions today that were actually pretty big.
Who knew that temporary meant temporary?
Yeah, I can't believe this argument. It's like, wait, hold up. You're telling me that these Haitians have been here for 16 years?
Well, we were supposed to keep them here until we nation built in Haiti, but
well, here's
then
the
we
thing
decided
with TPS, and this is what I never understood about it. The Trump administration wasn't even ending it early. They were letting it expire. They were saying, we're not going to renew it. We're going to let it expire when Biden said it to expire. And the court stepped in and said, no, that's racist. You have to keep it. I'm not even kidding. The judicial branch was basically saying once a president puts TPS into place, they cannot remove it unless every single judge in this country okays.
That is insane.
Like, that was their ruling. That was their ruling directly. If every single person, every single judge in the judicial system does not approve of it, then the temporary protection status has to stay.
That is just, at first I thought that was a parody, but no, there are actual people's making that argument.
Which basically would have probably given every Haitian that came under here under TPS permanent citizenship.
Yeah, it would have been permanent residency.
Yeah.
And you know damn well they would have got citizenship somehow.
Yeah, so, they would have.
Yeah, it was a big win. And we'll get to the decisions a little bit, but before we get into it, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. All great ways to support the daily content. And if you want to support the channel even further, you can send super chats via the chat. Again, I will read through as much of chat as possible, but usually super chats are the best way to get your questions answered. We got a bunch of super chats to catch up to. K-Cub for 5. Supreme Court victories in oil is almost down to pre-war levels without an official agreement being signed. Are signs pointed that we are so back? I think so. G-Storm for 2. Please look up New Mexico GOP Kim Skaggs. We are so cooked. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she killed somebody or something. She's like a treasurer in the New Mexico GOP, and she killed somebody.
Well, so
So
is a Republican candidate for governor in Colorado. He killed somebody when he was 7 years old.
yeah, what's going on in those states? What are they cooking over there?
What are they doing in the mountains?
Well, to be
Something
fair,
weird
like
is going on over
Colorado's
there.
known for drugs, and New Mexico's known for like meth.
Drugs as well.
Yeah,
Everybody, you ever
yeah,
seen Breaking Bad?
yeah. Breaking Bad.
That's the
So
only thing I know about anything to do with anything is
it's
it's
literally just
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. So
Yeah, man.
K Cup for 5. I read the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel article with the Giannis saga behind the scenes. Holy yeet, it was worse than anyone thought. I recommend if curious rap. I saw it. It was time for Giannis to get the hell out of here. So yeah. Ronald Garcia for 2. New Louisiana Senate poll came out today. Yeah, from Qantas Insights. We'll get to that in a little bit. K Cup for 2. Late high ruling politics died pulling the master sword. Thank you. American Nerd for 2. New York Democrats have lost the plot in picking candidates. You think? Sprain Bear for 2. Trump needs to stop being nice to Thune. He kind of is when you look what he's saying. So, American Nerd for another 2. Also, my stepsister turns 28 today. W's a chat for American Nerd
The
sister.
great American Nerd for 2, always filling wrapped pockets.
Yeah.
With that sweet, sweet 2s.
American Nerd for another 2. What the hell is TPS? Okay, let's just get right into it because
temporary protective status.
Yeah,
Actually, no, it means permanent. I don't know.
It means permanent residency for any country that we feel like giving permanent residency.
Yeah, so
to. That was the argument made.
This
Like-
is
Basically,
like
how
Haiti.
TPS works is the U.S. government says, "Hey, conditions in this country are horrible, so horrible that we need, as a gracious nation, we are going to bring in hundreds of thousands of these people and let them stay. And then once the country is fixed." Once the country is fixed, we will gladly send them back home. Now that this is another new country. They didn't do that, though, because no attempt has been made to actually fix Haiti. So what ends up happening, and Syria. Syria was the other country involved in this. But so what happened
because diversity is our strength.
Me again, I'm going to kill you in real life.
Thank you.
Anyways, so yeah, no, how temporary protective services is supposed to work is that way. How it ends up working in reality is a Democrat president grants TPS. They bring these people in, give them work permits, and then when a Republican tries to let it expire, so the courts step in and say, "No, how dare you? That's racist. You have to keep it in perpetuity. You have to keep it until we say we have to approve it for you."
And the Supreme, this is a big decision, by the way. It does apply to only Syria and Haiti, but really, this applies to all TPS garbage. This is a big decision here, and it was a 6-3 case, of course. I think it was Alito that wrote the majority opinion, right?
Yes, which is not good because that means he's written 3 opinions now.
So come on, Clarence Thomas, you're our only hope. Thomas, our only hope. But we'll get to
for birthright citizenship.
We'll get to that in a little bit. But this is a big deal because this is horseshit. This is these random judges, which of course half of them became citizens 5 minutes ago. I'm not even joking. It's like all these judges that became citizens 5 minutes ago, and they can just say no. These people have to stay here. Really? The point is, now the Supreme Court said no. The president has the sole authority to, end what is supposed to be a temporary program. It's literally in the name. I'm trying to figure out what the argument is.
Hey, Rap, are you sick of this shit?
What?
Are you sick of this shit?
Thank you.
Yes.
Sprain Bear for 2, Thune for. I'm not gonna read the rest of that, but thanks for super chat.
I am Battlefield. Was there any ruling on birthright citizenship?
We'll get to that.
We would have known about it if there was.
We'll get to that though.
There would have been a massive freak out.
So yeah, but it's a big win either way. TPS is essentially, it's not even dead. All they're just saying is, yeah, the president can allow it to expire. That's all they said. I'm just trying to figure out what was even the argument here. Does anybody actually know?
It was racism to let it expire. I'm not even.
Oh, right here, yeah.
The
challengers, race discrimination claim. Oh, fuck off! I'm getting so sick of this shit. I have an idea.
Diversity is our strength.
Be gracious. You were allowed here when your country sucked. This is just stupid.
Well, that's the thing with the modern Democrat Party and all the judges that they forced into office is race is how they do everything. Everything is race to them. And if they have any excuse whatsoever to claim racism, they're going to do so because it worked. Claiming racism and claiming that you get special status and you get all these privileges has been the Democrat Party strategy for the better part of 100 years. Not even 100 years. I wouldn't say that. I would say starting in the 50s and 60s is when race just became everything. And they've been getting away with it for so long that it's just instinct. It's gut reaction. You want to do something, all you have to do is claim racism. And a lot of the times the courts will side with you.
Well, yeah, and by the way, I did find the Kagan's Ascent because she was the one that brought up the racist stuff. I'm just you can't make this shit up. Everything's racist. You can't have a country that's racist. You can't have a border that's racist. You can't have at this point what's not racist.
What the fuck is this?
What?
Like in general when I send it.
Oh god, I don't want to really. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Good lord. K Cup for 2. Let's be honest. None of these people are judges. Well, yeah, didn't like all of them become judges under Biden too? All these really shitty ones. Like all the ones.
Obama or Biden.
Yeah, but it's like under Biden especially, it's like all these people became citizens like 5 minutes ago. And they can become a judge. That's not good. Mr. Sandy for 5. Hey, Rap just got off of work. What's going on? By the way, American Nerd for 2. Thank you so much for that. We're talking with the Supreme Court right now. Chance Drazik for 5. Thoughts of Nikki Haley's son. I like him. He knows what's up. Surprising given who his mother is. One of the few Tucker guests who isn't retarded. I think he's good. I think he is definitely better than his mother on the issues, but that's not really saying much. Is that because he really believes that stuff?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I don't know how much of it is like just him being, like
genuine,
rebellious, like rebellion against his mother.
I don't know.
But I think some of it is real, but I think a lot of it is real. Oh my god,
Israel. Holy shit!
I got flashbacks.
Flashbacks to what?
The existence of Israel. I was reminded that Israel existed, and I now have to freak out and make everything about Israel. I'm very intelligent, by the way.
Israel did it.
Yeah, so right here, I'm looking at, this is Kagan's Dissent, by the way. This is her argument. Like, you cannot make this shit up. Look at this shit. She talks about how Haitians in the United States have AIDS. Haiti's a shithole.
You're telling me now for the first time.
That Haitians have a God-given right
like,
to
look
be
at this.
here
This
or
is her
something.
actual dissent. And of course, she brought up the Springfield stuff. They're eating the dogs thing. So her entire argument is that it's racist because Trump makes fun of them. Like,
I think it's so ridiculous.
So basically the Democrats wanted to keep them only solely because Trump made fun of them 2 years ago.
Are you fucking serious? Like, look at this.
Because Trump made disparaging comments towards Haitians. That means that he was racist for allowing the order to expire. The order set by Biden, by the way. He didn't even cut it off early. He didn't move up the date. He didn't do anything like that. All he said was Joe Biden set this temporary protective status to expire on this date. We are not going to renew it. And the Democrats sued and said that is racist because Trump made a comment about Haitians in Springfield 2 years ago.
But that does not prove it's racist.
Their plan would have been to just, renew it every time, basically forever.
Yeah, right here. Like, this is what she actually said. She quoted somebody, I think this might have been Trump. Why is we only take people from shithole countries? Why cannot we have people from Norway and Sweden? The majority briefly replies that those remarks are not overtly racial, but it is hard to know what that means. Haitians are black. Norwegians are and Swedes not so much. What the how is this a legal argument?
Oh my god. Foreman is black.
Yeah, it's because we have to let in more black people for diversity, because diversity is our strength.
You notice Trump mentioned some of the nicest countries in Europe, by the way. He did not mention, like, the shitholes in Europe. I wonder why. Like, this whole argument's dumb. I'm trying, I wrap my head around this. It doesn't make any sense except racism bad.
Remember, children, diversity is our strength.
Yeah. I don't know. I do think, though, it is a W either way. We got this done. This should have never even happened, but the fact it took how long through the judicial system for this to occur, like a year and a half, Because did they let it expire like a year ago or something?
They were attempting to let it expire, and then this
Yeah,
judge just said, "No, I have to approve that.
I have to approve it.
You cannot end temporary protective status. You cannot let it expire. You have to get permission from me, the unelected judge."
And again, half them were Biden appointees. So it's insane. Remember that Kagan is the most moderate of 3 liberals. Yeah, that's the thing. She's the most reasonable one, and she's saying this shit. So, random Polish guy for 5. Question: is it old confusing? It seems Trump support isn't mattering as much as it did at the beginning of the primaries, like in South Carolina or Louisiana. Go Fleming. I think part of it is because we got rid of the shit people, so people are just looking for the best option, like in Louisiana. So we'll get to we'll get to those races in a minute, but yeah, it is kind of curious, why is Trump support not translating in South Carolina or Louisiana? I don't know. We'll get to that. Spain Bear for 2. Any bets Palin goes after Trump as he used the R word? Maybe. President Gilbert Getty up for 5. I know Trump got judges hitting him in his first term. However, it feels like now a judge blocking him or hitting him every 5 seconds. That's a good point. In his first term, yeah, you had crazy judges doing stuff, but what happened since Trump won? Well, what's happened since then?
I mean, how many judges did Biden put on the courts?
God, it was a lot, because we didn't block any of them. We just let them through.
Republicans refused to block anything, and he had a lot of openings to fill.
Yeah.
So these people, like, who is like what Sparkles Sunshine from Trinidad and Tobago or whatever?
Yeah.
Fucking who's been a citizen for 6 years says you're not allowed to have a country. Like, that's not even a meme. That's
literally what they said. Like,
that is the judicial system in this country right now. It is people who became a citizen less than a decade ago with Star Wars names coming over and saying, you are not allowed to have a country. This is my nation.
Biden had 235 appointments.
Yeah, how many did Trump have in term 1?
Let's see here. Trump won 234.
Yeah. And how many has he appointed so far?
Well, it's hard to tell because I just blocked everybody. Let me look it up.
I was going to say, Republicans are blocking it. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, it's just the stupid, that stupid slip process. I hate that. Like, I get the idea of it, but like, Democrats, they don't care. They're going to nuke that stuff immediately.
As I say, like, that's the thing. Here's the thing with blue slips. When the people are reasonable, when the people that are giving blue slips are reasonable about it, and they only block nominations that they deem radical, out of step with the state, not representative, whatever, fine, we can tolerate that. The problem is they are using the blue slip system to block any Republican nomination in their state.
Yeah. Yeah, Trump's appointed 45, by the way.
It's kind of like the filibuster. The filibuster was meant to spur debate, to spur people to make a compromise. But what it really does nowadays for both sides, actually no, Democrats. I'm not even going to both sides of shit. Yeah. Democrats abuse it way more than Republicans. Republicans will still do it. Anyways, how the filibuster works nowadays is it just blocks all legislation that does not have 60 votes.
Yeah, except for
no matter what
budget stuff. But yeah,
except for reconciliation.
But yeah, like, again, the whole point, like, the idea of it's good, but when you have a nutcase party like we do, and then the party we're supposed to be backing, they suck, most of them, you end up with the system we got. It's just, I can't get over this. How can you just block every judge just because you said so? That's insane. That's not the point of that system at all. Again, the point of it is, if you don't believe they represent your state's values, fine, do it once. But they're doing it for every single judge. No matter where or how, they just block it because they said so. All right, Mr. Sandy for 5. The myth of consent. Trump, I consent. The rest of the government, I consent. A random bullshit judge, I don't. Is there someone you forget to ask? Yeah.
You forgot to ask somebody. You forgot to ask Sunshine Sparkles.
Yeah.
Why didn't you ask Sunshine Sparkles for permission to allow TPS to expire for Haiti and Syria?
Insane. But like, we make fun of it, but it's real. That's the worst part. It's actually happening right now.
You didn't ask Judge Assalamu alaikum or whatever.
Yeah.
No, you didn't ask the Star Wars name. Why didn't you ask Star Wars name Judge if you had permission to have a country? Like, what are you racist? Do you hate black people?
Yeah. American Order for 6. Of all the judges Trump appointed in his first term, how many were actually confirmed by the Senate? Because remember, a lot of appointments were slow. They got most of them through. So, I'm Battlefield for 5. And every time they ask the question if you approve of the 2020 elections. I hate that shit. That like, and Tom Tillis now pushing that shit. If you question 2020, he blocks you. Like, fuck off with that. I'm so sick of these people. Yeah, you cannot be on the Supreme Court not because you're unqualified, but because you think the wrong opinion on the 2020 election. Don't you know that?
Wait, I was allowed to be on the Supreme Court before that?
Yeah, I know. That's a shocker. I know. But that's how insane it is. They don't care about your qualifications. They just say, real Texan, do you think 2020 was stolen? Yes or no?
No. Oh no, my career is over. I just said the 2020 election was fair. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. But seriously, that's all they're upset. Or no, the funniest one is the January 6th one. Like, Tom Tillis is making a big deal of January 6th. Every committee
if
hearing.
you even attempt to say that not every single person at J6 was armed and actively trying to murder everyone they saw, he considers you a sympathizer and will vote to block your nomination.
Fuck you. I'm so sick of that guy. Thank God he's gone, but Jesus. The incoming Republican majority will be more functional. Yeah, just getting rid of Tom Tillis and Cassidy alone.
Tillis, Cassidy, Cornyn, McConnell. Like, even if Democrats replace Tillis, it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, who cares?
We may end up getting Mike Rogers anyways with the videos.
I think Rogers is going to win, but I think he's going to win. We'll see, though. Okay, that is the first major decision. This is the one of the bigger ones, but this is not even the biggest one of today. Even though it's crazy to say that, but there were actually 3 main decisions today. The second one is related to, of course, immigration, but this one, I got to find it right here. So the other one was related to, I got to pull it up here. So the Supreme Court sided with the Trump administration, a 6-3. Again, Alito wrote the majority opinion, thank God, that non-citizens who show up to the southern border do not automatically count as asylum seekers under federal law and can be turned away. And just like that, all the bullshit of the southern borders, it's already done. Like, we don't have to worry about it again. It's officially just, you can't, what's the point of crossing the southern border now? Because for those that don't know, these people would claim asylum. They crossed the border 5 seconds ago. Hey, ICE agents, sir, we are asylum seekers. We broke the law.
I do have to push back a little bit because that's I know. From what I understand, that's not technically what it is.
I know.
But what it is with this one is, in 2016, conveniently in 2016 for some reason, a judge ruled that it is considered you have considered to have been entering the United States just by being at the Mexican border, like not even having crossed it yet. If you interact with Border Patrol, you are considered having entered the United States and are therefore able to claim asylum.
Yours is a more technical thing. You're right, but
I mean, yes, but like still, once they do cross, I think they do still get to be able to claim asylum.
Yeah, but
like basically, the judge said that they basically said that Border Patrol could not try to push people away and try to stop them from entering, because once they reached the border and interacted with Border Patrol, they were considered to have entered the U.S.
and could then claim asylum. Yes, we do not ever cross the border. Yeah, we interact with a random Joe where we are asylum seekers now. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it's a big win. 6-3, of course. And I thought this was common sense. Like, you're telling me, like, this is how crazy it sounds. You could still be in Mexico. If you just talk to like one of the ICE agents or whatever, Border Patrol, you could claim asylum. Like,
yes.
Like, my example was pretty shitty, but the point is, like, I'm trying to figure out, like, how can anyone even, like, defend that? Like, what? Seriously, like,
all you have to do is want to support mass migration. Then
that's true.
The problems solve themselves.
Yeah, but even then, you're not even on American soil. Just because you talk to somebody, that doesn't mean shit. So what? If you talk to an American in Mexico, what are you, a asylum seeker now? Where does it fucking end? It's just stupid.
Diversity is our strength.
Shut up. All right. Let's see. K-Cup for 5. Americans, we want Trump because he talked about the issues that resonate with us. Sunshine, sparkle, starlight. Yeah, but I don't think so. President Harris. Yeah. Chance Drazik for 5. Did you ask Thomas Massey, Star Wars named judge? Probably lol. By the way, Rand Paul stopped acting like an idiot. 2 words, damage control. We'll get to the Rand Paul stuff in a second, but yeah, it was a major win. So now we got this silent bullshit settled with. You really can't, like, because the border's already secure at this point. So now you cannot claim asylum when you're not even America. I mean, I'm trying to figure out who thought that was a good idea. Like,
Star Wars judge.
Even if you're an open borders activist, how can you say you're outside the country yet you could claim asylum? Just for standing there talking to somebody. It's dumb. The whole thing is just stupid. But American Nerd for 2. I feel like the courts need major reforms. You think? Wow.
I would remind people that by a majority vote, the United States Congress can abolish and reestablish the entire judicial system outside of the Supreme Court,
Yeah, the Supreme Court's
thereby
all about
opening up all of the positions and allowing Trump to reappoint the entire Congress. I'm sorry, the entire judicial system.
Do it.
I wish he could appoint the entire Congress.
That would be great. Can you imagine Trump appointing every person? That would be amazing. Yeah, I think that's a huge thing that they could just do, because it's kind of the way it's worded in the Constitution. It's really like vague. I'm pretty sure.
Well, here's the thing: the Supreme Court has already ruled on it.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, did the Supreme Court rule like you could do that? Because
Yes.
it's worded such in a way that you can. So
As far as I understand, what the court basically said was there isn't even a judicial system in the country that isn't the Supreme Court. Only the Supreme Court is explicitly enshrined into the U.S. Constitution.
Because the rest is just vague. It's not even mentioned. It just says like the Congress can create new courts, I think it says, or whatever.
Yeah, so Congress abolished and then recreated the courts and opened up the positions. And you can say it's a bad thing. You could even call it heckin' fascism. But at the end of the day, there's nothing illegal about it.
I mean,
because
try.
Because let's take El Salvador, for example. El Salvador just impeached all of the judges.
Patriots.
But we can't do that because we don't have the majorities to do that. But we do have the majorities, if people aren't cowards, to just abolish these judges' positions and then reappoint Republicans in their place.
And Democrats couldn't do anything about it. So
besides just try to retaliate the next time they get the White House.
I'm getting so sick of the argument. But guys, imagine the roles were reversed.
What if the roles were reversed? What if they would do that to us?
Now wait, do they need both chambers of Congress or just the Senate for that?
Because they are recreating the courts, I believe that does require a second. It requires both chambers, but to reconfirm the new nominees is the Senate.
My gosh, that would be the funniest thing. Just like fucking we ball like Trump's last day.
That would definitely not pass. I don't think that would pass either chamber of his Congress, though.
Well, not right now because
no, definitely not.
But give it a couple of years. Just wait. We gotta trust a plan. We're gonna totally do it by 2028. But yeah, that'd be interesting to see how would it just be a blanket like fuck it, we restart the entire thing, or do they just target specific judges?
They would target specific judges. They would probably get rid of all Democrats and like shitty Republicans from like HW.
Yeah. Probably. All right. Chancellor oh good lord. Already caught up with super chats. Damn. Let's see. Where are we at? Govern like you have the majority, which you do. Yeah, that's all they have to do. Just vote yes on it. You need 51 in the Senate. Not even 51. You just need 50. Just get advance to vote yes on it. Which I think that tiebreakers would count for that, right?
Yes, tiebreakers still count.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. President Gilbert getting up for 2. Trump says I'm the judiciary. I wish he would, but judiciary. Oh my god. Fucking hell. Anyways. Let's see. Senate still has too many spineless people. Well, yeah, outside of the 4 idiots we mentioned all the time, McConnell, Tillis, Cassidy, Cornyn, you still got bad ones like Murkowski. Collins would never do it. Oh gosh, there's some really bad ones in the Great Plains. Thune, I don't think would ever do it.
Todd Young.
Oh god. Why is he still in the Senate?
American Nerd for $2,222.
Thank you. American Nerd for 10. What's the federal court in oh good lord. What's that federal court in that controls almost all of the Western US? The 8th or 9th, I think. Either way, it needs to be split up or merge with a conservative majority court. Or just reform the judicial system.
Yeah, the 9th Circuit.
Yeah, just make it better.
One.
Just make it fucking better.
That's
Like,
what California, Oregon, Washington
yeah,
combine. Actually, no, is California its own circuit or
No, California, Oregon, Washington, Hawaii, Alaska.
that's way too big. Like that's a problem we run into. I think there's gotta be smaller circuits, but
do they
Like
have to have like a specific population
no,
minimum or
no.
no,
maximum or
that's the
something?
thing. The circuits are like complete bullshit, and like some of them have, like, some of them are like Texas and Louisiana
Yeah,
are
let me pull up the
one.
map.
Like, and also like no, like one of them is like Arkansas up to North Dakota and like Minnesota. Like the way they do these maps is kind of bullshit.
Well, it's just like it was back in like freaking the last time they updated it was probably like a long time ago. So it's probably for convenience, but now it's like, okay, maybe we need some slight changes. I gotta find it. I gotta find a map. Good lord. Where is it? Yeah, right here. This is the current map with the, oh my god, where is it? There. This is the current map we got in the United States for the circuit courts. Like, look at this shit. Yeah, Arkansas is with North and South Dakota and Nebraska. Nothing's wrong with this map whatsoever. Like, what is this? And then
Yeah,
like
no, like the
Utah's
size
Oklahoma.
discrepancy. Oh, I'm sorry. The Ninth Circuit's even larger than I
Yeah.
thought. It's not only California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, and Hawaii. It's also Arizona, Nevada, Idaho, and Montana.
Jeez.
That's probably what does need to be split. Like
That needs to be
I
split.
like I okay, I get it if it was just, California, Oregon, Washington, Alaska, Hawaii, but when you're adding in like Arizona, Nevada, Utah, all of that,
My
Idaho.
recommendation is California, Nevada, Arizona, Hawaii is a circuit, and then Oregon, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Alaska is a circuit.
Yeah, just make 5 each and just
That
call it a
makes
day.
sense.
Or just make smaller circuit courts
Fine.
because it's bullshit that look at circuit court 3. They get 3 states and one of them's Delaware. Meanwhile, you got California in the 9. This is bullshit. Like, this is utter horseshit. Oh my gosh. Oh shit, this is appeals court. I'm retarded. Oh my god.
No, that is it. No, the
Well, yeah.
Court of Appeals and like the circuit, like it's the Third Circuit Court of Appeals.
Well, yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
see. Maybe I can make
chat
my
was
own
lying to me
map.
for a second. Anyways, average schizo map in Hoi 4. Yeah. Yeah. Had a brain fart for a second, but yeah, this is the right one. Yeah, I can't get over some of this. Like, when did they decide this? That's my question. Like, when did they last update this? Probably when Alaska became a state, I'm guessing, or Hawaii.
That's a question for Grok. Someone get on that.
Grok, what do you think? Because like it probably made sense in like the 50s and 60s, but now it's like, okay, what the fuck?
The 60s and 70s.
Shut up.
6, 7.
No, I mean, this is definitely outdated if it's from the 50s. So, because like, how can you have like the Fifth Circuit, which is Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, and then right next to it's the Eighth, which is Arkansas to North Dakota? Like, what?
Forget that. Alabama, Georgia, and Florida?
Yeah.
That seems small. Oh no, no.
Is
The worst one is the First Circuit. Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. That is one circuit.
Just split up in half.
okay,
Like, what the hell?
which is DC considered part of a circuit?
DC is its own circuit. There is the DC Circuit Court of Appeals.
Yeah, it's its own thing.
Okay.
So, simple logic for 2. Colonoscopy prep. Pray for your boy. Oh god, that's terrible. Rip. Good luck. Let's see. Apparently, this map last got updated in 1981. That's the last update. Yeah, I think it's time for an update. You guys think maybe a little bit? I don't know. Expand it where it's like, I don't know, like instead of 10 circuits, or actually not 10. Good lord, there's 13. Just do like, I don't know, freaking.
I say make New England one circuit or
Yeah.
something.
Expand it to like, I don't know, like 16 or 17. I don't know.
Ooh.
Because this is just stupid. In my opinion, I think California should just be its own circuit, but I don't know. There's got to be some updates to this big time.
Something's got to give.
Yeah. The 11th was added in the 80s. Well, that's just a dumb one. That's just stupid. Yeah, it needs an update. Yeah, I don't think anyone's like, I'm surprised no one's brought this up in a while. Like, hey, maybe we should update the circuits. Just a tiny bit. Maybe we shouldn't have the 10th look like shit. Like, why is Oklahoma with like Utah and Wyoming? Why? I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of the circuit courts right now, which is stupid the way they do it, but all right. I think it is time that we talk about the one subject that everyone's kind of waiting for, the birthright citizenship. We got to talk about that because they have not made a decision on it yet. But there's some speculation, and again, we say this every time. A lot of the time, the speculation's horseshit. It's just people lying, making stuff up because nobody actually knows what the Supreme Court's going to rule on, like when they're going to do it, how they're going to do it. That's just horseshit. The only time that happened was mysteriously the overturning Roe versus Wade. Which, by the way, have they ever figured out how that happened? Mysteriously disappeared.
I think so.
Yeah, and Tyrone showed up.
Penis, what are we doing?
We're about to talk about birthright citizenship. So, let's see. President Gilbert getting up for 5. Let's not recognize Wisconsin as a state. Smiley face. Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up. So, we got to talk about birthright citizenship because that is still one of the major issues this term that's not been decided on, which is kind of a good thing when you think about it, because the longer they take, that's usually a better sign for a more controversial opinion. So we got to talk about this. This is still the major case on immigration that, when did they have the arguments? Was it in March or April?
Shit, it was a long ass time ago.
Yeah, let me pull this up.
Left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right.
What the fuck?
Left, right.
Oh,
left,
you're playing
right. I'm here for a few minutes. The new Star Fox dropped today. I spent $800 on a Switch and accessories for the sole purpose of playing Star Fox. I am fucking addicted to this game, bro. Hey, this is my favorite game of all time. Fox McCloud is my goat, and it is a fucking miracle I did not end up a furry as a kid.
Anyways, American Order for 2. Why does SCOTUS take so long in the big cases? Because big cases have a lot of shit to it.
And Democrats on the court slow walk it.
That is horseshit. That is complete horseshit. They do that.
They take as long as, like, that's why redistricting was such a shit show with the VRA, because Democrats waited as long as they could to drop it, to cause to try to prevent states from withdrawing.
They
it actually worked. It worked in
South
Mississippi.
Carolina sucks.
Worked in Mississippi. Worked in South Carolina.
Little bit in Alabama.
Worked in Georgia.
Well, now Georgia, they're not going to even redraw for 28. Like, fuck off, Cap. You suck.
Left, right, left, left.
All right. Read the ready. Shit. Josh for 2. Why is Tennessee and Michigan in the same circuit? Good question.
That's
a good question. Like, are you serious? Like, fight Tennessee with Kentucky and West Virginia.
Tennessee needs to be like Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, or something.
Yeah, they got to redraw the maps. Okay. So this is the birthright citizenship is the last major immigration case I could think of that's not been decided on, right? Because they already did TPS, they did the asylum stuff, a lot of other shit. They did the removals, like everything we wanted done so far has been decided, but we don't have a decision yet on the biggest of them all, birthright citizenship. What does a 14th Amendment actually mean? Because there's been some weird interpretation for, God, how many years now? 130? 150?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
130 years?
Since Reconstruction.
Yeah, it's like, that is the big question. And we have not got a decision on that as of now. But there's been growing speculation after today, they may actually make a ruling on it. Because there is a catch to the decisions today. Like Ye said, Alita wrote all 3 of them. There was a third one. There was I think it was gun control, right? I think gun control in Hawaii or something.
The one that he wrote? Oh.
Yeah, but either way, these were decided by Alito, and that's amazing. But here's the problem. Alito has written a lot of decisions. That usually means he's not getting another one. So we have Clarence Thomas, of course, but outside of that, you're kind of screwed. If it's not Clarence Thomas or I guess Gorsuch, maybe.
Even then, Gorsuch is kind of a moderate.
I wouldn't call him
No.
moderate.
Okay. Here's what I'll say about Gorsuch. Gorsuch is easily the third most conservative
Yeah.
member on the court, unless it's about Native Americans.
Yeah,
In which case, you
the
have just
fuck?
met a man who performs land acknowledgments every day he goes to bed.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't get that guy, but whatever. That's his one issue. He has a weird thing.
He
for
can
him.
have his pet issue. I don't care as long as he votes to abolish birthright citizenship. I'm cool with it.
He's going to, by the way. I don't.
You
see
can
him
be.
not going
Yeah, I'll
to.
say. I think there's going to be at least 3 yes votes, and that is Alito, Thomas or Clarence Thomas, and our good friend Gorsuch.
But the question
I
is,
think Kavanaugh is also pretty likely.
yeah,
I
Kavanaugh
don't
is
think-
like he is surprisingly strong in immigration when you look at his record. So
Yeah, if I had to guess right now, I would say 5-4. In which case, we have to have a very nice discussion about the 19th Amendment. Anyways, I don't trust Amy Coney
for
Barrett
who?
to come out on top on this.
Barrett or
Well, obviously the libtards aren't going to vote anyways. But
Yeah.
I feel like Amy
And
Coney
then
Barrett
Roberts is.
Yeah, or
well, yeah,
Roberts.
Roberts is also a woman, so that is true. So we have to worry about him as well. Anyways, Robert is obviously going to vote to keep birthright citizenship. He's the kind of person where
the moderate
He-
pick.
he is conservative, yes, but if it upsets precedents, if it is considered like a step too far, if it's going to make headlines as the worst thing ever, he's going to vote against it. So
That's
it
the
just
issue.
depends on if Amy Coney Barrett can lock the fuck in just this once.
Just, yeah, because like I'm trying to like I get it. The oral arguments were not the best for us. Like I don't know what the fuck with the deal. Well, that to be fair, that was Bondi's pick, so that's not a surprise. But it's like even if you ignore that, you just look at the actual 14th Amendment. Let me pull it up. Actually, let me pull it up because this is the most like for some reason the 14th Amendment applies like every decision now. But let me pull this up. So yeah, this is the 14th Amendment. Everyone knows about it by now. It's been freaking engraved in everyone's minds at this point. Let's see. So here's the 14th Amendment, and the big one is Section 1 of the 14th Amendment. All persons born or naturalized in the United States, and they always skip over the second part, are citizens of the U.S. and of the state wherein they reside. Now, question EA, what part do they mysteriously skip over every time?
And subject to the jurisdiction thereof. And for those who want to know what
Conveniently.
that means, so there are 3 groups. When Kim Wong Ark was decided, which is the last major Supreme Court case on birthright citizenship, they ruled that the children of legal permanent residents are automatically U.S. citizens, and it falls under the jurisdiction thereof. You want to know who they left out of that, though? They left out 3
Americans.
groups. They left out 3 groups. They left out. Oh shit! I just jumped out of my chat. They let out 3 groups: Native Americans, the children of diplomats, and those and waging war against the United States, like actively
It's
in an
common
invasion of the
sense.
United States. Which this all makes sense, right? The Supreme Court has never ruled on if illegal aliens are subject to the jurisdiction thereof.
Because like
I
you
would
said,
argue they're much closer to diplomats and invaders than they are to legal permanent residents.
well, like you said,
So
yeah,
that is what's being discussed.
you said this a couple days ago. It's like, how like they never decided this. How can people claim they have when illegal immigration in the 1800s it wasn't even an issue? It really wasn't. So how can you say this this somehow applies here with illegal immigrants? It fucking doesn't. But sorry, I interrupted you. Sorry.
No, you're good. I mean that's that. I mean that literally is it. Like we have already made exclusions. There had to be legislation in the 1920s to give Native Americans birthright citizenship because they weren't subject to the jurisdiction thereof, and in the wake of Kim Wong Ark.
Yeah.
So there are exceptions. There are exceptions you wouldn't expect. Like you would think Native Americans would definitely get birthright citizenship.
No, they never did until
But
the
that's
20s.
that's the funny thing. There's this really cool thing called not skipping the middle part of the sentence that says and subject to the jurisdiction thereof.
Let me actually pull up the Native American thing because nobody ever talks about this. This is I think it's the Snyder Act, I think. Let me pull it up. Yeah, right here. So this is what gave Native American citizenship. Yeah, before that, it was not actually clear. Well, actually, no, they didn't get it. So yeah, right here. This is the Native Indian Citizenship Act signed in, take a guess what year? You would think 1865, right? No, it was 1924. That's when this was in effect, signed by President Calvin Coolidge. So you're telling me
That's
that,
why he wore the like feather cap and
yeah, that's why that famous picture of him wearing that. But yeah, like look at this. This is the actual text right here. Being enacted by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that all non-citizens, Indians born within the territorial limits of the United States, be, and they are hereby declared to be citizens of the United States, provided that the granting of such citizenship shall not in any manner impair or otherwise affect the right of any Indian to tribal or other property. Man, does this sound like we were giving birthright citizenship to everybody?
By the way, this is also like less than 20 years after we gave statehood to Oklahoma,
Yeah.
Arizona, and New Mexico,
Which has a lot of
all
Native
three states
Americans.
with very high Native American populations.
Because that was a big issue in the early 1900s.
Because
like,
Andrew Jackson kicked them
Yeah.
all out and moved them
Oh,
over.
yeah.
But that's besides the point.
But it's like, that was a big issue. Like, what do you do with these people? Are they citizens? Are they not? And Congress said, fuck it, they are. So, this 1924. Does this really sound like they were giving birthright citizenship to every random Joe? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they were clearly under the understanding that only certain people got birthright citizenship, and Congress has the power to clarify that. Am I wrong for saying that?
Yeah, I think that's why the ruling is not going to be that, like, that illegal aliens are not automatically given it. But I think they are going to say it's up to Congress to step in and
they have to clarify it.
They have to clarify that. Like, do they count? Are they subject to the jurisdiction thereof? Because diplomats aren't. Native Americans weren't. Those waging war against the United States aren't. So, should we count people who aren't even in the country legally and shouldn't need to go home? I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so at all.
That's why I still think there's a chance. Because you just read the 14th Amendment. You cannot skip over that part. Like, yeah, it sounds like everybody gets it. But yeah, skip over that part, and yeah, it does. But if you actually
Problem
read
is
it,
the compassionate conservatives and
yeah, but
you know,
these types, like if it's like in black and white, Roberts likes to make sure, like, okay, if it's actually written there clear as day, even Roberts, I don't think is a guaranteed thing. Like to vote against them. I'm not saying he's going to vote in favor of it, but it just you talk about ignoring precedent. How can you ignore this? This was a big issue. Not even 120 years ago. Not even 100 years ago this was signed, or excuse me, 103 years ago. This is not settled. This wasn't settled 100 years ago. It wasn't with I keep forgetting the Supreme Court decision. Which one was it? Kim, whoever his name was, right?
Juan Kim Ark.
Juan Kim, yeah.
Juan Kim Ark.
Like that. It wasn't decided then. It wasn't even decided when they signed the damn 14th Amendment. So we'll see. Cousin Dom for 5. Lancaster, Virginia judge approved the injunction barring the Virginia State Police from enforcing the assault weapons ban. Well, Democrats try this every other year. They try to ban guns in a state, and a judge blocks it, and it goes nowhere.
Now, I will also ask, when is the next decision day?
Tomorrow, actually.
I doubt it's tomorrow, though.
We'll see. K-Cup for 5. Very interesting that they leave that out, because the writers of the Constitution were very specific in their language. Makes you think, doesn't it? Yeah. Hell, the guy that wrote the damn amendment later
Really
on,
makes you think.
Like, I gotta find it. There are newspaper clippings of the guy saying, we're not talking about random Joes. We're talking about like slaves and actual citizens, permanent residents. That's who they were referring to. They were never talking about, hey, you crossed the border 5 minutes ago? Yeah, your kid's a citizen. Like, no, that's not the point. So, you know why Congress never clarified this? It's because they wanted this to be a problem to campaign on while trying to convince voters that these people vote for their side. But really, honestly, birthright citizenship, that wasn't really a problem the last like 50 years. Seriously, when was the last time it was actually a major problem? Birthright citizenship.
I mean, once they clarified that the citizens, the children of citizens or legal permanent residents got it, and then
Kind of
once
settled.
the Native Americans got it, I mean, it was kind of yeah. And then what happened was, I don't think people really expected there to be millions upon millions of illegal aliens coming from the third world and just getting free shit. That wasn't a thing that they had like really thought about, because why would they?
Yeah, that's insane. We're not like that. We're better than the rest of the world.
Yeah, both parties are obviously going to be like, wait a minute, no, we're not
We
going
gotta
to allow
stop
this.
this. So yeah, I mean, like this right here, this alone proves it, because you're telling me they weren't citizens for 50 fucking years. That's bullshit. It's as if it wasn't settled law. It's as if they understand, hey, guys, we have to read the full damn amendment, not just one part that you like. They never mention this. I wonder why. I wonder why. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abide the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, blah, blah, blah. So basically ban slavery. That's who this amendment was for, by the way. And they added birthright citizenship,
Yep,
blah,
it was
blah,
for
blah.
Native American, not Native Americans. It was for
Slaves.
African Americans. It was
Yeah.
it was for slaves. It was never for it was never for illegal aliens. It certainly wasn't meant for half the shit they turned it into.
Yeah, and again, fucking Kim, like that decision was permanent residence. I don't know why they keep citing that. It was permanent legal residence. The guy was born here, and then yeah. So, all right. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think birthright citizenship being overturned will really affect a whole lost thing. What? Whole lost true. I don't know what you're talking about. Why do Democrats keep trying to restrict firearm access? They've been told way too many times they weren't allowed to do that thing. Because that's their, I don't fucking know. They want to appeal the radical base. I don't fucking know. Seriously, how many times can you lose the Supreme Court on the gun control issue?
I don't
Like-
think they've won. I don't think they've won a single gun case at the Supreme Court since before Heller.
Yeah.
Or since Heller. Like Heller was a
That was
big
a
win for the
turning point.
GOP, and they haven't done. They've had zero success since then.
That's say the Second Amendment, Heller. So
I was gonna say, if they ruled in a different way,
Oh,
if they
God.
ruled that states and cities were legally allowed to ban the possession and sale of handguns entirely, there is no Second Amendment. It is it's a dead amendment with no basis in the law, with no actual protections of the right to keep and bear arms.
yeah. Who would have thought a bunch of people from the 1860s and 1870s weren't trying to create Chinese birth tourism? Yeah, funny how that works. I'm sure they were thinking of the Chinese people that came here for birth tourism. I'm sure of it. Fucking horse shit. They want the illegals to have all the guns. Yeah, at this point, I wouldn't even be surprised. I would not even be one bit surprised. Because Democrats want guns to only protect the elites. Well, actually, yeah, the Virginia law allows for that. It's only like state legislators can hold guns. It's fucking insane. But yeah, I don't know. Well, we're gonna see how the birthright citizenship goes. After today, I have a little bit more faith. I'm not saying it's gonna go anywhere, but I think the realistic option is they just say, yeah, Congress has to decide this. Or there is an alternative. There is an alternative I was thinking about, because remember, it's going to probably be Congress has to decide this, right? Like they have to clarify what's citizen or not. What if they say that, but it's kind of like the Native American thing. Like they're not actually given birthright citizenship.
It doesn't apply to them, but Congress can grant it to them.
What if they do that?
Then Democrats get a new talking point, and they're
That's
going to
true.
run on, because like they've been running on. Holy shit, quit calling me. They've been running on giving amnesty to these people for the longest time. If you make it so that not even their kids get citizenship automatically, they're going to have an aneurysm over that.
You know, will they actually do that? It's like the Native American thing. Yeah, it's up to Congress, but right now they don't actually get it. They're not actually given that right. Because at that point, you would have to ignore the Indian Citizenship Act. You just have to completely ignore it. Ignore the context of it. They literally named the law the Chinese Exclusion Act. Yeah. It's fucking stupid. Guys, I love how they say these people are like old racist and terrible people, but they conveniently think that, yeah, the writers of the 14th Amendment, they totally meant for illegal immigrants from India or whatever to come here and have kids. Like, it's fucking bullshit. The Supreme Court could always send it back to the lower courts because the executive order hasn't been in effect yet. They're not going to punt it. It's been too late for that. If they were going to punt it, they would have done it by now. But we'll see. We shall see. But what are your guys' final predictions on birthright citizenship for what's going to happen?
They're gonna make Congress clarify. I think it's gonna be like it's gonna be like that. I think they're going to keep birthright citizenship for illegals and say that Congress can revoke it.
But the more I think about it, they could just do the opposite thing where, yeah, they could still clarify it, but they're not automatically granted it, which would be a big W. So
yeah, because that would require you to get a Democrat in a Democrat president and both chambers. Because here's the thing. Are there any, like, no matter how squishy our Republicans are any of them going to vote to give birthright citizenship to illegal aliens?
No. Not even Tom Tillis would vote for it.
I'll say, I don't even think Lisa Murkowski would go for that.
Yeah, well, she's big on DACA. That's going to be the problem.
Well, it depends, right? It depends on whether or not she is, depends on how much she feels like counter-signaling Republicans.
Yeah.
But I think in reality, I think she doesn't support birthright citizenship. But if she can spin it as owning the orange man and, hurting Republicans,
yeah.
She probably would vote.
Even
for
then,
it.
there's not enough votes for that, especially the House.
No, God, no.
The fucking House, like, who would vote for it? Even Michael Lawler would vote for it. So
nah, Lawler was also fucking mad at Trump over the TPS thing.
Yeah, but
because he really likes it when Haitians are in charge of the elderly care in his district.
I saw that. What the fuck is he talking about?
Apparently, a third of old people homes are staffed by Haitians. And I was like,
maybe it's time for Minneapolis style raids in your district.
Did we not do that? Can we not put third world migrants in charge of our elders' health care and safety? Please,
yeah.
Is that too much to ask for?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was it a Kelvin Coolidge who gave Native American citizenship? Yep, it was.
Yeah, 102 years ago. That's why he wore the funny hat.
It's not even 110 years old. This was just a lifetime ago for some people. So I don't know. This whole argument's dumb. If this was actually a court that was ran by actual principles and not horse shit, this should be a 9-0 decision. Like 9-0, they don't get automatic birthright citizenship, but Congress could decide.
Yeah, I will re-listen to the case after this stream, and I will see, because I've heard oral arguments were not very good for conservatives.
They weren't,
and
because they focus on nonsense.
And I think that the justices, yes, like 2 or 3 of them, the usual 3 conservatives, seemed like they were kind of open to it, but it was Barrett, for sure, Roberts, and kind of Kavanaugh, who were like, they weren't really on board with it. But we'll see if in deliberations with the other justices they were able to convince. Like, Thomas needs to convince them, and Alito.
Well, again, like, the thing is, they're taking their sweet time on it, so that gives us hope.
That's why I'm so confused about it. Because here's the thing: if they were going to rule 6-3 or 7-2 that birthright citizenship unequivocally applies to the children of illegal aliens, they would have just released it. They would have released it because, like, the oral argument was like either March or April. It's late June,
and they go to recess.
We are nearing
soon.
The end of the term. Yeah, like, we're nearing recess.
When does recess actually start?
If they were going to rule heavily against the Trump administration and in favor of illegal aliens, they would have already released that shit.
Come on, Alito or Thomas.
If it's a Thomas decision, could you imagine?
Oh my gosh. He's gonna go further than just saying Congress to decide. He's just like, fuck no.
If he writes the decision, he's going to bring up directly how the 14th Amendment was explicitly designed to give former slave citizenship.
Please, Thomas, if you could hear us.
Clarence Thomas, if you can hear me, Clarence Thomas.
Please do it.
End everything. End birth tourism in this country once and for all.
Clarence Thomas delivering that decision would be hilarious when you think about it. Oh my gosh.
Who actually wrote the VRA order? Was that Alito or was that Thomas?
That was Alito.
It was Alito. Okay. Yeah, no. Hopefully he writes this one then.
Come on, you gotta cook.
You know that if it's written by, like, Roberts, we're fucked.
Or it's gonna be a halfway cooked bullshit and it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So Kavanaugh, kind of, if it's Kavanaugh, we'll see. President Gilbert getting up for 20. They'd be like, well, you see here, the founders were thinking about the illegal immigrants for citizenship because they opened their third eyes and looked into the future and said we need an amendment to protect illegals. That's basically the argument some people make. So, Donald John Trump and only Trump gets the power to revoke citizenship. That's Clarence Thomas. That'll be amazing. They would release it before recess, as that's what they do with controversial rulings. Yeah, so when does the recess start?
I don't know. I know. Here's what I do know. They only have 8 cases left, and their next decision is Monday. Luke, I'm going to kill you, dog.
Let's see.
What?
You're echoing like shit.
5-4
Anyways.
in Robert's dissents. Apparently, ACB hates the 14th Amendment. Wait, what? Wait, hold up. What? Does Ace? Wait, what? Amy? What? 14th Amendment. Oh my gosh, she actually questions the legitimacy of it. Oh my gosh, Barrett, if you could listen, if you could hear us.
So, she may actually save us.
Yeah,
I'm
so
seeing the opposite. I'm seeing that she voiced skepticism about the practical application of the administration's policy, highlighting complications with adjudication, foundling's a dilemma, and contradicting the original purpose. But the original purpose was never to give illegal aliens
well, again, right here,
children
like
citizenship.
there's some. It says right here that she has scrutinized, questioned both the historical legitimacy of the ratification process and the practical applications of it. That's what she's saying.
Well, hopefully she's on the right side of history.
Oh my gosh. So, like, obviously, I think she's going to rule against us, but that's interesting. She actually has issues with the 14th Amendment. That's weird. That is strange. But yeah, like, okay, if she has issues with it, then what the fuck is she talking about? Like, what? The whole case is predicated on the 14th Amendment. Well, I don't know. We'll see in a couple days.
Diversity is our strength.
This is only slightly related, but apparently, whenever Sotomayor read her dissent on this case, on one of the cases, he gave an impromptu response from the bench and just called her a fucking retard.
Oh
to the
my
entire
gosh.
court.
I love Alito. Get the fuck off.
Yeah, it was the TPS case.
Of course it was. People are saying Barrett has written that the entire 14th Amendment is possibly illegitimate. I gotta look this up. What? Hold up. I gotta find this. Click that. ACB talking about 14th Amendment. Can you imagine she's like, she goes against it because the 14th Amendment's fake? Oh my gosh.
So, I'm guessing she questioned the constitutionality of it because it was enacted without like 10 states.
It was very sketchy how it passed too, so.
Yeah, like I don't know. Yeah, it's 6, 7.
I gotta find. Yeah, so she's questioning if it's legitimate or not. I don't know. That's if she. Oh my gosh! If she actually rules against it because of that, I would laugh. We'll see. Conservative millennial for 5. Did you hear the U.S. Postmaster has been blocked from withholding mail-in ballots in blue states? Yeah, they're trying to block it now. Which again, USPS is a different animal. Judges cannot do that, but they're gonna try. So, I think ACB is the swing vote. Yeah, she is the swing vote. She is the big swing vote because I think Kavanaugh is leaning towards yes. Obviously Clarence Thomas and Alito. There's no fucking way. Do you think Clarence Thomas would vote no on this? Yeah, I'm sure.
No, it's not going to be. It's definitely not going to be unanimous. It's going to be. I mean, the very most, it's going to be 7-2. But
Yeah.
I think 6-3 or 5-4 was the likely outcome.
I will forgive Barrett if she actually does this.
Barrett or Barris?
What?
We're talking about the Supreme Court justice, not Barris.
Huh?
Oh no, I'm only half listening. I couldn't tell if you said Barrett or Barris.
We said Barrett.
It was Barrett, anyways.
Yeah.
We'll see. Clarence Thomas would vote to nuke all illegal immigrants. Yeah, he probably would, honestly. At this point, like, we love Clarence Thomas here. We will never diss Clarence Thomas. He's a patriot. All right. California sued USPS in Massachusetts because they cannot get a California judge rule for them. You know, I fucking hate that shit. If you're in California, you sue in California. Not, real Texan, we're suing you in Massachusetts because we said so. And get a corrupt judge for us.
So we can get a judge favorable to our case.
I hate that. They either rule in favor of you or don't, unless they have a like explicit bias.
I'm gonna sue Donald Trump in Washington D.C.
Yeah, and you're gonna get a jury that says yes.
We're gonna get a jury that says that algae lives matter because.
Oh God, do we got to talk about that?
Trump. No, we don't. That's a waste of time right now. At least.
No, you don't want to talk about the fact that there's people worshiping algae and committing possible felonies by tearing up
Washington.
Wait, the people like digging up the.
Yeah, these nutcases are digging up the thing. It's just like what?
To like show that it's dirty or some shit. It's like
no, they're digging up the sabotage, which is a felony, by the way. You don't fuck with that shit.
Weren't there stuff that we were gonna get to in a second and never got to?
I think we kind of went over.
I don't think you talked about the. Did he talk about the far left schizos winning?
We gotta talk about that.
Because you didn't stream yesterday, right?
Yeah.
American Nerd for 2.
Yeah.
American Nerd, you should sub to my channel too and give me the $2.
Gosh,
that would help us out
I think
a lot.
with
please.
The fuck. Oh gosh. Where are we at? Team LG. Yeah.
Also, like Louisiana poll, and then
yeah, Louise. We'll talk about Qantas Insights, and we'll be done for the night.
Yeah, because Fleming might be in this. Fleming might be.
If you live in Louisiana, vote for Fleming.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, the only reason Fleming's got a chance is because he's getting all the Cassidy voters.
It's just freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Not even joking. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why he's like it's actually a race.
Yeah.
The Cassidy voters hate Trump so much they're going to vote against Letlow, who is the more moderate option.
Yeah. So if you do live in Louisiana, vote for John Fleming because he has a chance. He's only down by 3 right now with 6%. Oh my God, 6.7% undecided. Yeah, if you live in Louisiana, vote for John Fleming. You know people in Louisiana, tell them vote for Fleming. He can win this.
And so can Abdul El Said, and now he's trying to pander to childless millennials by singing Blues Clues song.
Why? Just why?
He's trying to get those. He's trying to get the millennial votes. You know.
Who is
Abdul El Said? Or actually, no, I think that's his nickname. Actually, I think he has a different birth name. It's Abdul Rahman Mohammed El Sayed.
Yeah.
No, I mean the most spiritually millennial campaign has died already. Remember this rap? You gotta show this.
No,
like,
I don't think I
image.
will.
Dude, this was the moment her Senate bid to come on. Just bring it up, dude.
Oh, I forgot about this. Why?
Oh yeah, Michelle McMorrow. Oh yeah, McMorrow. I think fell to like 9% in a poll.
Yeah, she's having double digits. Yeah, I forgot about
she
this.
Fell to 6%. She fell to 9% in a poll, and then she sued the poll to stop it from coming out.
That's right. Who was the pollster again?
But also, didn't that same poll? I think he had El Said leading Mike Rogers. Or was it?
Yeah, I
Mitchell
think so.
Research.
Yeah, dude, her campaign is dead after this. Like, just look.
Oh no, wait, yeah, she's at 6%. Yeah, so also, yeah, aliens is our he's our resident doomer. He has it as likely D with El Sayed.
I think he supports Democrats for the midterms because of the Iran thing. I don't think he's necessarily a doomer.
No, he's not. No, he doesn't. He's a doomer. I have Battlefield for 2. Watch Trump do a co-endorsement. If he does that, Fleming's winning. That's a every time he does that.
But
that's
I
a
think he
telltale
already
sign.
just did a. I think he's about to do a tele-rally for Letlow. I don't think he's co-endorsing. In fact,
We'll
he
see.
I'm
probably
sure they endorsed Mallory McMorrow for the Wolves.
Real.
But
K-Cub for 2. Speaking of New York, can Hans not say socialist for 1 second? No.
James Fishback chose a Hispanic South Florida police officer as his running mate, and I guess some of the people are not happy about that
Of
because he
course they are.
didn't
Gee,
choose
I
a white
wonder
person.
why. I wonder
'Cause it's not
why.
white. It's not Sophie Rain. Never mind.
Don't bring her up. What the fuck? Seriously? All right. Uh, Simple logic for 5. Prayers work, boys. About done with colonoscopy prep for now. Enough of old people problems. Did you guys see Trump do 6-7 in front of the world leader? Wait, what?
6'7".
He did a 6-7 in front of somebody?
Hilarious.
Mr.
Oh, is his campaign manager? Oh, okay. Well, that's even worse.
My gosh. Mr. Sandy
Yeah.
for 2. Break it. Al Qaeda wins Michigan primary.
They
We'll see.
technically already won the New Jersey primary with Adam Homowig
And
because I
then
think
New
he
York.
was. I'm pretty sure he was involved with the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, or like the
He knew.
trial
I'm
for
pretty
it.
sure he knew somebody. It was buddies with them.
Yeah,
That's wonderful. But yeah, New York. Good luck to New York City if you live there.
and New Jersey
Good luck.
and Pennsylvania. They got that Chris Robb guy going to be the next squad congressman from Philadelphia.
Oh, I forgot about that guy. We'll see.
And yeah,
I don't know.
New York. They're gonna get Governor Mamdani in like 4 or 8 years or something.
Hey, they're gonna vote for it. That's their fault.
Probably win by like
They had a
5, but-
chance not pick that, but I don't know. So if anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now. Last calls with super chats. Last calls with super chats.
Question for you guys: if Al Gore is so smart and claims to have invented the internet, then why does every internet address begin with W?
Just no. Just stop. Oh, I guess a
Play,
quick
you should
bit
play
of.
the video that we sent to Luke's.
I'm not going to. I know what you're talking about. Oh my gosh. Hey, is the stream working? Hold up.
Did I break the stream by joking about George W. Bush?
Yeah, okay, no, the stream's working. People were just trolling.
For the record, I'm not saying I love George W. Bush, but I guess I can
him.
admit he did have some aura.
All right, so we
Also,
gotta
he's from
talk about
Texas, so-
some pretty big news that kind of like not political related, but for kind of gaming news. We've been talking more about that lately. If you were planning getting a console for GTA 6, good luck because well, Xbox jacked up their prices by $100 to $150. Good luck. So we've been talking more about this. There's gonna be a video game crash soon. It's inevitable. I mean, look at this. $800 for a console, $750, $599, $499. And well, it's gonna be a lot worse. And now Apple's doing the same thing. The reason I'm talking about this is because when you think about it, this does have a ripple effect in the economy. Because it's not just consoles or computers. Guys, like this stuff is gonna impact every part of the economy with RAM and storage being jacked up in prices. And I'm starting to wonder, like, at what point does it become an kind of an emergency for the country? Because you would have to assume that the military uses stuff like RAM and they need stuff like this, like not Xboxes or whatever, but like the components in it. So it is kind of a concerning thing where prices just keep skyrocketing for all the electrical stuff, for electronics and shit. That is not good. not good whatsoever, but man. Real Texan, you want to spend $800 on a shitbox? That's gonna be obsolete in like a year.
No, but if American Nerd, if you want to send $402 super chats, maybe Real American can buy one.
Yeah. The second game crash. Yeah, it's gonna be a crash. I think what's gonna happen is the GTA 6 burst a bubble because they're already admitting that they don't have enough consoles. And if it's gonna run as shit as I think it's going to on the normal consoles, not the pro versions, it might get bad. It might get bad.
American Nerd, give us money.
Yeah, the military needs Xbox. No, but just like the components, like with RAM and stuff. That's the big thing right now. Toby World for 2. Yeah, what idiot is paying $800 for one game? Yeah, who in their right mind would spend $800? At this point, you know, you're better off just going on eBay and buying like the Xbox 360 or whatever, or even the Xbox One and going back a generation. Like, this is insane. Absolutely insane. Imagine we actually end the Birthright citizenship before GTA 6. Yeah, that's real. We're going to end it before it happens. So, honestly, a video game crash isn't necessary at this point, considering how badly damaged this industry is. Yeah, I agree.
Hey, American Nerd. Hey.
Yeah. American Nerd for
there
2.
There we go. We got free.
American Nerd for 2. Xbox still exists. I thought they got rid of that. No, they're going to, though.
All right, American Nerd, you got 399 more.
No, don't.
$2
Real
super
text,
chats to send.
don't.
And then
No, don't. Seriously, don't.
Okay.
Like, only you want to support the channel, fine, but don't fucking just send 500. Like, don't.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I know, but don't say that. Like, if you want to support the stream, do that, but don't just send money because, oh, I want to get Xbox. No, not really. I'm just bringing this up because a lot of people are interested in it, and I think it's scummy what's happening. It's gonna get a lot worse too. So, did one of you buy Star Fox for 800? Yeah, Tyrone did, but to be fair, it's a bit different. So he bought our stuff with it.
It's because one is Star Fox and the other is GTA sticks.
Because he bought other stuff with it. It was in total 800, but it was actual games and stuff, not just a one shit box. That, oh gosh. But anyways, folks, I do think we're in the stream here. If you guys did enjoy today's stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all.